When one emotional state grows so stable in you that it starts to expel all the other emotional states from your body, then only you have achieved true transformation. I am making this video for my past self who used to go out and cold approach women in order to attract them. I want him to understand that there is a better way. Most men focus on looks, money, social status, developing their social skills in order to attract beautiful women in their life. But the most effective way of upgrading your dating life is by staying in the feeling of safety, security, and satisfaction for a long period of time. So, in this video, you are going to learn how to generate the elevated emotions of safety and security and joy and gratitude and victory and sustain it so that all the emotional states of anger, resentment, low self worth goes out of your body. And when this happens, girls are going to be effortlessly attracted towards you. But most people around you are still going to think that you're just getting luckier with women. It's not a secret that your emotional state is always creating your life circumstances. Just think about it. When you were arguing with a person in your own mind and you start to get in the feeling of anger and confrontation, but you forgot about this mental drama. But suddenly, this imaginal act actually happened in your real life. This argument or confrontation actually happened in your physical reality. This means if you combine an imaginal act with intense emotions, then whatever you have imagined must happen in your physical world. Right now, you might be in an emotional state of worry or low self worth, and you might have thoughts like, will I ever be with attractive women? If you do not commit to transform yourself at this very moment, then this emotional state is actually going to create life circumstances where you are going to be more frustrated with your dating life. Transformation is actually simple if you just do this one exercise every day and every night. Just before falling asleep, I want you to completely relax your body and I want you to start imagining that the women that you want are already in your arms. They are already complimenting you. They are already trying to kiss you and touch you. You are already living your perfect dating life. I want you to mentally rehearse this imaginal act until you start to feel satisfied, until you start to feel secured and safe. If you are just able to sustain these elevated emotions of safety, security, victory, satisfaction for a long period of time and only fall asleep after holding on to these feelings, then soon enough, these elevated emotions are going to be your dominant emotional state. Just by doing this one simple exercise before falling asleep, you are going to feel safe and secured and satisfied throughout your day. And this dominant emotional state is going to create life circumstances where girls are going to be effortlessly attracted towards you so that you can actually feel secured and satisfied in your physical world as well. There is no difference between your imagination and your physical world. Your imagination is actually the origin of your physical world. This is why yogis called our physical world as Maya. Maya means illusion. We can completely take charge of our life circumstances of this physical personal world if we can take charge of our mental activities. And I understood this during COVID lockdown. At this time, I was dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and some days I felt like I just did not want to exist in the world anymore. I felt like my whole life was already predetermined by my past traumatic experiences and genetics. But by complete accident, I found this book called The Biology of Belief. This book introduced me to an idea that my emotional state is always either upregulating or downregulating my genetic expression, which means my body, my biology is subject to my own mind. When I learned this information, I immersed myself in the study of mind body connection. And all the experts of mind body connection were telling me the exact same thing, which is my mind not only influences my body, but it is actually influencing my whole physical reality, the life circumstances, the life events, life situations, people that come in my life are all getting influenced by my own mental activities. This idea was not just interesting to me, it could actually explain my whole life, because when I looked back, whenever I was drowning in the emotion of negativity or guilt for a sustained period of time, all of a sudden my life went to crap. Relationships started to become chaotic, people used to treat me bad, and life felt like one big problem after another. Conversely, when I used to feel happier, confident, light, life used to feel easy. Relationships flowered, and people used to be nice towards me. So this was not coincidence, this was not random. I figured that whatever goes on inside of my own internal world of thoughts and feelings always shows up in my external world. When I understood this, I stopped going out in order to cold approach women and attract them. I stopped reading all these weird psychology books in order to fix my mental health issues. Instead, I simply learned how to change my inner world. I learned how to meditate correctly. And when I did that, all these annoying mental health issues started to lose their grip on me, and my dating life became effortlessly easy. So, when you hear the word meditation, you do not have to think of some guy who is living at the top of Himalayas, wearing some yellow robes, doing some hand mudras, and just breathing. Meditation is the way to transform yourself by embodying the emotional state that you want to have. Just ask yourself, what would I feel like if my desire is already fulfilled? Would I feel happy? Would I feel joyful? Would I feel satisfied? Would I feel victorious? Would I feel grateful? Just choose one emotion and mentally rehearse this every night. But before doing this meditation properly, I want you to understand one very important thing, a pretty uncomfortable fact about this world. There are three levels of men in our world. The first level is called the uninitiate NPC. This guy just feels one emotion after another throughout his day. Sometimes he feels sad, angry, happy, resentful, low self worth. Sometimes he might feel joyful or grateful, but he cannot sustain one particular elevated emotions for a long period of time, and hence his dating life sucks forever. He focuses on external things like looks, money, status, social skills, but he doesn't understand that internal things of emotions and imagination is actually creating his life. But if life somehow decides to initiate this guy by exposing him to these kinds of videos, then he has a chance to ascend to level 2. The level 2 man is called the awakening creator, because he now starts to awaken to the fact that if he can sustain the elevated emotions of safety, security, victory, then all of the lower emotions of jealousy, anger, resentment, low self worth, helplessness is going to get away from his body. And when this happens, his dating life is going to be effortlessly easy. He will lose free will and he will suddenly be compelled to demonstrate attractive behaviors. Girls will lose free will and they will be compelled to move towards him, to notice him, and to express their desire to be with him. So he learns how to meditate, he learns how to visualize. But the problem is, after his meditation session is over and he opens his eyes, he immediately starts to become desperate. He starts checking his phone to see if that girl has texted him back or not. However, there is the third level of men, and this is where you should aspire towards. This level is what I like to call the master alchemist. This guy knows that feeling is the secret. He has learned the art of Yoga Nidra. If you do not know what Yoga Nidra is, it is a process where you guide your attention through your body parts until your body achieves a state of relaxation. Your breathing rate slows down, your brain waves slow down, you get an access to your subconscious mind. You are connected to the generous, eternal present moment. The master alchemist knows how to provide all the sensory vividness to his visualization act. He can vividly imagine that the dating life he wants is already his. He can visualize that the girl he wants is already in his arms. She is already complimenting him, saying things like, "Oh my God, I'm so lucky to have you in my life." He can even smell the perfume on these beautiful women's bodies inside of his own mental drama. His brain starts to believe that all these wonderful things are happening to him in real time. He convinces himself of the truth of this imaginal act because he can provide all the sensory vividness to his mental drama. He has a disciplined attention, so he mentally rehearses this imaginal act over and over again until he starts to feel the elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, victory, satisfaction, and thrill. He can sustain these elevated emotions for a long period of time because the longer he can be in this elevated mood, the faster he convinces himself of the truth of his imaginal act. Then his imaginal act must get externalized into his physical reality because that is a spiritual law. The best part is, after his meditation session is over, he is not desperate. He simply lets go. He lets the world reshuffle itself until whatever he has visualized actually materializes in his physical reality. He confidently expects that all of his imaginal acts must happen in his life. Now, if you're listening up to this point, you belong to one of two categories of guys. The first one is you understand everything in this video intellectually, but you go back to your life and you repeat the same old pattern. The second guy, you are ready to let your nervous system experience what it is like to become a master alchemist. If you're the second guy, listen to me carefully. I have created something called the emotion pill, not as content, not as motivation, but as a guided meditation experience. This experience is going to put you into the exact state that I have described. You are going to notice that your body has relaxed, your breathing rate has slowed down, your analytical, chattering mind has stepped aside, and you are able to generate all these elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, victory, satisfaction, thrill without any effort. The best part is you will come out of this meditation complete and whole and satisfied because only this feeling of satisfaction, not desperation, is going to rearrange your reality completely. I have kept this experience paid on purpose because free information is going to create spectators, but a paid experience creates true transformation. If you want this 6-minute guided meditation experience emotion pill, just click the link that is present in the pinned comment section down below. Write me emotion pill and I will provide you all the details. Now, I also offer one-to-one personalized premium coaching for a few men who are ready to upgrade their dating life in the fastest rate possible. These men have already gotten some sort of monetary success in their life. They have already applied all the superficial advice that society likes to give to men. They have gone out, cold approached women. They have worked on their confidence. They have upgraded their social skills. But they have come to realize that real attraction can only happen from your internal state. So, if you want to work with your subconscious mind, your imagination, your attention, your emotions, and you want to change your self concept at a root level, so that your attraction towards girls becomes effortless and natural. This coaching is for you. Just send me a text by clicking the link that is present in the pinned comment section down below, and we will get started quick.